Welcome back to the Hardware Core, your destination for honest, data-dense hardware breakdowns and zero marketing fluff. We already built the $1,000 gaming PC on this channel, and it's a great build. But a lot of you came back with the same question. What does $500 more actually buy? Here is the thing. At the budget tier, you're making smart compromises. A capable GPU, a solid CPU, a platform that works. But you're still working within limits. At $1,500, those limits disappear. Today, we're building the Ryzen 7 9800X 3D with the RTX 5070. This is the build where 1440p at maximum settings stops being a target and starts being the floor. And where 4K gaming becomes a real option, not just a marketing claim. Every part is justified by real data. No brand loyalty. No filler. Let's get into it. Same rule applies here as the budget build. 40 to 50% of the budget goes to the GPU. At $1,500, that means $700 to $750 on the graphics card. The pick is the Nvidia GeForce RTX 5070. Around $549 to $599. 12 GB of GDDR7. Blackwell architecture. Strong native performance at 1440p. And with DLSS 4 multi-frame generation enabled, it crosses into very playable 4K territory. Now, AMD has an answer here. The Radeon RX 9070 XT brings 16 GB of GDDR6 at a comparable price. More VRM. Strong native rasterization. If your library is heavy with titles that don't use ray tracing, and 4K at native resolution without upscaling is your goal, the 16 GB buffer makes a real long-term argument. Both are legitimate picks at this tier. For the CPU, there is only one answer. The Ryzen 7 9800X 3D. Around $399 to $449. 8 cores, 16 threads, and 3D V-cache. Here is why that matters. Standard CPUs compete on clock speed. The 9800X 3D stacks additional cache directly on top of the compute die. Physical hardware, not a software trick. The result is 20 to 30% better frame times in cache-sensitive titles compared to standard chips at the same clock speed. And the platform is AM5, officially supported through at least 2029. The board you buy today accepts the next generation of Ryzen chips without a full rebuild. 4 components, each one chosen to support the CPU and GPU without wasting budget on features you'll never use. Motherboard, the MSI Mag X870 Tomahawk Wi-Fi, around $189 to $219. 16 plus 2-phase power delivery at 90 amps per stage. That matters here because the 9800X 3D is a 120-watt chip. AB850 board technically works, but the X870's VRM handles sustained load properly without thermal stress. Don't step down to save $30 on the board when you've committed to this CPU. RAM, 32 GB, DDR5 6000 CL30, around $105 to $125. Corsair Vengeance or G.Skill Trident Z5 are both the right kits. DDR5 6000 is the Zen 5 sweet spot. Enable XMP or Expo in BIOS before you benchmark anything. Storage, 2 TB PCIe Gen 4 NVMe. Around $100 to $130. Samsung 990 Pro, WD Black SN850X, Crucial T500. All solid options. 2 TB because this build tier houses a larger game library. 1 TB fills faster than most people expect at this level of investment. Cooler. And this is where the $1,500 build makes a different call than the budget build. The 9800X 3D is a 120-watt chip running warmer under sustained load. A $35 air cooler handles it, but it won't let the chip sustain its boost clocks consistently over long gaming sessions. The Arctic Liquid Freezer 3 Pro, 240mm, around $85 to $105. The thick radiator and the integrated VRM fan drop temperatures meaningfully, and the boost clocks hold where they need to. 2 more components. And then the part everyone actually wants to know, what this build delivers at the monitor. Power supply, 750 watts, 80 plus gold rated, around $85 to $110. The Ryzen 7 9800X 3D and the RTX 5070 together draw around 370 watts at full gaming load. 750 watts runs in its optimal efficiency window with genuine headroom for the GPU's transient power spikes. A 650-watt unit is technically sufficient. But at this GPU tier, you don't constrain the power budget. Corsair RM750X, Seasonic Focus GX750, be quiet. Pure Power 12M750. All proven units. The NZXT-H7 Flow or the Fractal Design Torrent. Around $109 to $179. Here is why the case matters more at this tier. The RTX 5070 draws 250 watts, significantly more than the RX 9060 XT at 160 watts in the budget build. A mesh front case with strong front intake is not optional here. The H7 Flow handles a 360mm radiator both front and top. The Torrent's two 180mm fans move more air at lower noise than three 120mm fans can. Both are correct picks. Choose based on your aesthetic preference and desk space. Now, what does this actually deliver? At 1440p, this system averages 90 to 130 frames per second at high settings in demanding AAA titles. In competitive games, Counter-Strike 2, Apex, Fortnite expect 140 to over 200 frames per second. The 9800X 3D's cache advantage shows up in frame time consistency, not just peak averages. The 1% lows are higher. The stutters are fewer. At 4K, the RTX 5070 crosses into very playable territory once DLSS 4 with multi-frame generation is enabled. Native 4K at maximum settings in the most demanding titles pushes the 12GB buffer. But this is genuine 4K capability, not a compromise. For native 4K without upscaling as your primary goal, step up to the RTX 5070 Ti, and the platform age as well. AM5 through 2029. The PSU has headroom for a GPU refresh. The storage expands. This is a 4-year build, not a 2-year one. Drop a comment below. Are you building at the $1,000 tier or stepping up to $1,500? Let me know what GPU you're pairing with. Hit subscribe for more honest, data-dense hardware breakdowns every week. This is the Hardware Core. See you on the next upgrade cycle.